Now, the next part of today's webinar is to show you how to quickly test if your environment is running properly. And the first part of it is to test if wizards are working. This tool is under iTFA management site, and here we can see Forms Wizards link. But in order to use it, I need to add a few properties here in credentials list. This is again one of the improvements we have in 2.5 version, and it's credential storage and web services storage. And because I need to test wizards properly, I want to use it to test them with web service, and this is why I need to enter some data here. So my credentials will be called, entry will be called delegate, and I will use delegate to SharePoint context user option. And the next thing is that I need to add a web service entry. This again can be done by selecting web services. When I click on new item will open, and here I will need to take an address. So I have my test service here. It's called hello service. So I'll just copy the URL and do the entries. For a title, I will just enter hello service. I will paste the URL and select that it's Windows integrated. Then save it. Now when the prerequisites are done, let's move on with wizards. For this demonstration, I will use basic submit form, and this is submit to service form. So I click on next, and here we can see that web service options are opened. So we have to select the service, select the credentials, connect, and select the method. We will keep the settings the way that they are. We will not change anything into the form layout. And then it's time for the next step. Now here we have to select where the service actually, where the item form will be stored. And I'm selecting demo. And as form name, let's just enter wizards test. Let's click on generate button, and form generation process starts. List is created, form is created, and the form is saved and published. And once this is done, we have an option to create an instance of this form right away. So let's do it. Okay, this is how new wizards test form looks like. And here we need to enter a message. For example, let's make it wizards work. And my name is Petya. Now when I save it, two things will happen. The item will be saved on SharePoint, and submit to service operation will be executed. And if you remember, this is my test page for services, and here we go. The message is submitted. Now we can consider that actually wizards test is complete. And let's move on. The next part of the demonstration is Forms Designer test. I will open my browser and select the home site, open my home site, and here we'll quickly create a list. It will be a simple custom list, and this list will be called Designer Test. And now let's integrate the list with iTFA. This is done under List Settings, iTechnology Forms Integration, and here we need to select Yes to enable integration, and then specify the properties we need. For a complete test, I will use the additional option set called Vault Data Schema, and I will select to add default submit to service as a default. And here we have to select the service, connect to it, select the method, and the parameter we would like to see into our designer. Now, once integration is complete, by going back to the list again, under Actions, we can see that there is additional link added, and this is iTechnology Forms Designer. When I open it, Designer will load, and here we can create a new form right away. Since we selected to integrate the page, the site with the web service, the form, excuse me, form properties data model is loaded right away. And all we have to do is just to design the interface. So I will just drop the entire tree into the section, and that's it. My form is ready. But let's just check the events and see what we have here. And as we can see, we have Submit to Service already selected, Submit to SharePoint, and Navigate Form. So now we have to save it. And after saving, we have to publish the form. So when I click on New Item, as you can see, the form is already created and it's ready to use. Let's enter the message again, and this message will be Designer Works. And it's again by me, it's again from Patty. So similar to what we had in Wizards, by clicking on Save, the item will be saved and Submit to Service operation will be executed. And let's see the test page, service test page, and here it is, message is changed to Designer Works. The next part of our test is complete. Now it's time for runtime. Actually, we already tested pretty much of this stuff runtime by submitting, saving the form. By opening, runtime displays my Designer Works item, runtime displays it properly. Now we can choose to edit it and to change the message. Runtime Works. So if I click on Save button here, again the item will be updated and Submit to Service operation executed. And yes, the message is changed. Now we have Runtime Works. And this means Runtime Works as well. Basically, this covers the quick smoke test we may like to perform right after installation. And now let's just talk a little bit about troubleshooting. No matter how good any software is, you need to know how to check for errors. And as administrators, first places we check is log files, event viewer, and in this case we have two log files where you can check the issues, and those are iTFA log and SharePoint log. Then you can check our iTFA troubleshooting guide. You can download it from our website. There you can find a lot of useful information and even more checks you can perform on your environment. Once it comes to submitting an issue to us, whether by forum, into the forum, or by email, it will be very much useful if you can gather as much information as possible. And another place where you can submit issues, or the place where you can check for additional issues, is our forum, and you can find it under mytechnology.com/forum. So this is shortly how you can troubleshoot any issue with iTFA. And as I said at first, iTFA 2.5 comes with two different versions, commercial and free. The main differences between commercial and free versions is that with commercial version you get the wizards. With commercial version you get more operations over web services. And now you can, with commercial version, actually, you can use web services that are not local to the SharePoint machine. And the most important difference between commercial and free version is that commercial version you can install on multiple front-end servers. Actually, about the licensing, you can find more on our blog posts. It's blog.myitechnology.com and on our website. And now we have some time for questions. I would like to show you some ways to contact us. And these are our email address, which is info@myitechnology.com, and our website, myitechnology.com, and you can watch our videos on YouTube channel. It's on iTechnology channel, and there you can find a lot of interesting videos for the previous version of iTFA and for this one as well, including those webinars. Okay, I see that there are no questions at the moment, so thank you very much for your attention, and we'll see you soon. Bye.